I wanted to make this video because this week, one of my patients with balance problems who was doing so well had one particular moment that caused her to trip and fall, and now she's ended up with a broken wrist. I don't want that to happen to anyone else who watches this channel, so this video is my best attempt at helping you to avoid just that. My name is Harlow. I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be revealing the one moment that you are most likely to fall if you're over the age of 65 and how to protect against it. Now, this one moment is really common. I see it all the time, but thankfully there's a simple technique we can use to prevent it from leading to a fall. So I'm going to show you the technique in just a moment, but before I do, I just need to let you know that the advice in this video is not going to be suitable for everyone. Please get checked out by your doctor before you give it a try, and if it causes you any pain, then just avoid it. Anyway, let's have a look at the moment that causes the fall and how to avoid it. The one moment you are most likely to fall is when you are turning. And I've seen this happen so many times. Unfortunately, it's happened to some of my clients as well. They've been getting on quite nicely and then they go to turn, they lose their balance and down they go. And in many cases, this can lead to a really nasty injury. So I don't want that to happen to anyone watching this video, which is why I'm telling you about this today. And there are two big reasons why people over 65 often fall when they're turning. The first is that when we're turning, we are off balance. We're having to move our head and our eyes, and obviously the head has the vestibular system. The eyes are a big part of your balance as well. And as they're moving, they're not focused on any object, which means they're not helping you as much as they could. So as you turn, you're slightly off balance. And if you happen to lose your balance and you go that way, which is the way people fall. So if they turn left, they'll fall left. And if they turn right, they'll fall right. When you're this way, you haven't got anything to put down to prevent you from going that way. And if you're going this way, again, it's very difficult to get that leg across to stop you from falling. So if you're off balance and you've got turning momentum, that can be a really bad combination. Now, the second reason that turning can cause falls is because people tend to have bad technique when they're turning. Often I see people do something like this, where they cross one leg over the other to turn, and they're almost tripping themselves up because this leg is coming across, it gets in the way of the other leg, suddenly they can't do anything, they can't bring this leg through to catch themselves, and down they go. So it's a very poor technique if you turn crossing one leg over the other and you're asking for trouble. 9 times out of 10, probably nothing will happen, but all it takes is that one time to get your foot caught or to just lose your balance and not be able to pull this leg through to save you, and down you go. So let's talk about how to prevent that. And I've got a great technique to help you do just that. Something I've been working on. It's called the marching turn, and I've been giving this to many of my over 65 clients, and hopefully it's helped to prevent a few falls. The marching turn is super simple. Let's say you're starting here in the kitchen, you're preparing some food, and you want to get back there to put it onto the other worktop. What you would do with the marching turn is simply this. Instead of turning like this by putting one leg over the other, you now just lift the legs and turn as you lift. And then you go over to the other side. Now, you don't have to do it as obviously as I just did it. You don't have to bring your knees right up. You can do it keeping your feet very close to the ground. But if you watch my feet very carefully, what's happening here is I'm turning without one leg ever crossing over the other one. So they're not getting in each other's way. And the beauty of the marching turn as well is that it happens quite slowly, which means I'm less likely to lose my balance. And if I did lose my balance, let's say I lost my balance this way, I can easily put that leg out to stop me from falling to the left. And equally, if I'm going to the right and I lose my balance this way, that leg is free to go across. Whereas if we try and turn like this, if we lose our balance this way, we can't bring our leg through, and then we're going to go down. So the marching turn is super simple. Let's do 4 steps per half turn, if that makes sense. That would be the best way for most people. So you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've turned 180 degrees, and then I can go ahead. And if you wanted to turn 90 degrees, you'd only need 2 steps. So you'd go 1, 2, and that will take you 90 degrees. Go again, 1, 2. You can see my feet never cross over each other, but I'm still turning effectively. And if you want to do it without people noticing, you can practice doing it very subtly. It doesn't have to be obvious, but it's such a good technique for preventing falls. So that's the one moment that leads to a fall most commonly in people over the age of 65. I hope you found this video helpful and useful, and if you think this might have helped you to prevent a fall in the future, do drop a comment below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any more of these videos, and consider sharing it with a friend or a family member who you think might also benefit. Now, if you want to get more from me, the best way to do so is to pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. It's got loads more tips and exercises like the one you found in today's video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you again on the next one.